You know, it's been about 2 decades now that I've been accumulating, amassing, if you will, Cabela's points. And just recently I went onto my account and I checked my balance, and it was up there. It's nice chunk of points there. So, you know, I thought, now, why not? Let's blow it on something. You know, the question was what? A new tent. A new rod? A new gun? Oh yes. A new fish finder. That's right. The Lowrance HDS 12. HDS Live 12. It's got GPS. It's got multi-touch, dual channels, network, dual sonar, dual micro SD cards, an Ethernet network, engine interface, IPX7 waterproof. I can link up with an app. I have heat map chart overlays, track back, wireless chirp sonar. Good Lord. Let's get this puppy installed. So it looks like this is what we have in the box here. We got the head unit. Looks like we've got like some sort of gasket that would go around the perimeter of the head unit. We're going to be surface mounting that thing into the dash. We got our transducer. We got our NMEA cable and power. Looks like a wire to rig up a fuse if you're not going to go into your fuse panel. The mounting bracket that the head unit will sit in. The transducer bracket that'll go onto the transom. And then some mounting hardware and your installation guides. This is everything that comes in the box. To give you a size of reference for the size of the head unit, this is the HDS 12. It's a lot bigger than I expected. I don't know what I expected, but it certainly is bigger than that, whatever that was. Yeah, this is it. The HDS 12. There's all your different ports on the back. You got your main transducer port, I guess a secondary transducer, your power, your different HDMIs, your networks, and I believe that's like an exterior or an external antenna type thing. All right, well, let's start installing this bad boy. All right, so the first step in all of this is going to be removing the current head unit and mounting the new unit. And my concerns were with the placement of this bracket and the space that I was going to have relative to the windshield. So what I ended up doing is ordering a ram mount, which size D, short-armed ram mount. Mount the new unit sort of raised up off of everything like that, which will give me a little bit more room to mess around with, and then I can, you know, finagle it how I want it to be. So this is the old transducer wire, and I have to take it out of this bundle in here. And one of these goes to the, one of these is the power that goes to the back of the fuse, the fuses. So I have to figure that out, figure out which one is that power wire, and disconnect that. Alright, so everything that I'm doing here, I saw someone else smarter than me on YouTube doing, so these aren't my ideas. I'm just following smarter people. Alright, so at this point I have tied off the end there. I've snaked the transducer wire down through the console, through the interior of the boat. And now at this point we're going to come out over here. I want to cut this. This is the transducer wire. So I got to cut this and snake it through and remove the old transducer. Come on, man. I love it when shit just works out like that. Always helps to read the manual. Believe it or not, it's supposed to mount like that. So I used the original holes from the other transducer, and I don't know if you can see, but I think, I don't know, I think it might be sitting a little low. I don't know. Maybe it's alright. I feel like it's like I said, I feel like it should go up maybe like another 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. Alright, so unfortunately I couldn't use the lower holes for the old transducer, because then the belly of this transducer was sitting too low, based on what it says in the installation guide. It says that this should sit about flush Should be flush to maybe like 1/8 of an inch lower. I ran flush. That's what it says in the guide, so that's that. Alright, so I got the holes drilled to pair up with the holes in the ram mount. Now, I don't know if this is necessary, but I've been known to be an anal individual. So what I did was I got a aluminum plate and drilled some holes in it to line up with the ram mount, the holes of the ram mount. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sandwich this underneath it, have the console, so this will go underneath, have the console, the ram mount on top, and everything will be sandwiched together so it's a nice sturdy connection. I did notice, which I didn't realize, there is a bit of metal plating that's sandwiched between the fiberglass of this shelf here, so chances are it's probably sturdy enough. But like I said, I'm anal. Alright, so the unit is in. I've mounted the ram mount to where the old mount was. Adjusted it to, I guess, fit as best as it could. It is, like I said, a little bit bigger than I was expecting. I drilled a hole, 1-inch hole, actually 1 1/8 inch hole with the bushing behind the ram mount for the wires to come up. And I was going to do 2 holes, but I figured, I don't know, less holes the better. So I went with 1 hole and ran both wires up through, both connectors up through the 1 hole. Okay, so we are out on the lake. Got the unit installed. Here we go. This is going to be the first time we are firing up this bad boy. So, from what I understand, it is a little bit of like a computer. So there is a initial boot up that takes a little bit longer than like probably what I'm used to as far as fish finders go. But what are you gonna do? It is what it is. I mean, look at the thing. It's like a freaking onboard computer. So let's reposition ourselves here. Now I think I did the whole process of leveling out the transducer correctly. There's like a whole way that you get the boat out on the water, put a level on the gunnel, see where it needs to be to get leveled. Then once you get back to your driveway, you try to mimic that same positioning, and then at that point, that's how you level your transducer. So we shall see. I'm sure that I still need to tweak it a little bit here and there. Alright, so it looks like it found us, so that's positive. Monksville Reservoir. Looking good. Let's check out the sonar. Looking pretty good. Alright, I'm liking that. Looks good. Holy cow, water temps are 82. Wow, that's warm. How we look with the side scan. Okay. Guess that looks good. I don't know. So here's bottom. I guess we've got pretty much nothing off to the right or the left of us. Kind of makes sense. Some down scan imaging. All right. So I'm wondering if this is these bright spots on the bottom here. I don't know if that's hard bottom. Not sure about any of that yet. But it looks like the transducer is at least somewhat functioning. I got it somewhat hitting some stuff. Looks like there's maybe some fish or something here. All right, let's see what else we got. I guess that's let's see. We got our instruments. We're flying on instruments. Let's go back to sonar. See if we go, let's see what high chirp is. I don't see much of a difference. It's all on auto, alright. Alright, so looks like we're at least functioning correctly. I'll motor around, play around with it a little bit more, and come back to, I wonder if those are like fish, maybe? Like everything up here is what I'm passing now. Maybe those are some fish? Maybe that's a bait pod suspended in the water column there? Hell if I know. I mean, maybe, you know. This is what we were just passing, and we're seeing it here on the sonar. Alright, I'm sure this is all thrilling YouTube video right here.